Good evening. Welcome back to the Liminal Record. We're going to keep tonight's video a little tighter. I'm not feeling 100% tonight, so I appreciate you guys being here with me though. As always, grab a blanket, grab some popcorn, and let's get into tonight's stories. Have you ever heard about competitive stalking? If you ever get a stalker, I pray you get a stupid one. One that's messy, forgetful, that doesn't think about the consequences of their actions. One that leaves fingerprints where they shouldn't. That slips up, that rushes. I hope you don't get one that's meticulous, patient, or smart. If you have such a stalker, you can go years without noticing them. Years of your life filed away in someone else's memory. Memory that you're already being stalked and you don't know. Maybe you're already being stalked and you don't know. Maybe that tight feeling in your chest has a reason. Do me a favor. Check your house for small spaces, places where someone might hide. Check your food. Take pictures of all of your things before leaving and compare the pictures with how they look when you're back. Look behind you at all times, or around you. Close your blinds. And no matter what you do, don't ever be alone. I didn't think I was the type of person to be stalked. I'm not some popular, pretty, extroverted girl that everyone seems to gravitate towards. My best friend is my mom. I'm average in terms of looks, and I'm not very smart or charismatic. Genuinely, there's nothing interesting about my life. I mean, I do drugs from time to time, but apart from that, you know. And that's quite boring too. But that's how I came to know about my stalker, or stalkers. About competitive stalking in general. Part of my work is face-to-face, but some orders take place online. For that, I go on the dark web. I won't go into many details of how exactly I operate, and I assume you understand why. But I'll say that I limit myself to what I need to do, and I'm never curious. I occasionally come across hitman ads, forums of pictures of sleeping people, but nothing too crazy. Competitive stalking. That was the purpose of the community I accidentally discovered. I won't say the exact name of the community or provide any way to gain access because I don't want to contribute to its popularity. But I basically came across threads and discussions where people were bragging about their conquests. One woman said, "I'm a woman and I love stalking men. It's just something that gives me power, I think. I've currently narrowed it down to these two people and I can't decide. It's like they're competing for my attention. No one ever suspects that it might actually be a woman who's after a man, and not the other way around, and that gets me hot." A reply says, "No way, you're stalking them too? I've been on to him since he was 22. He's hot and his life got infinitely better since I came. I suggest you leave him alone and turn to your other playboy. Do you even know anything about him? I know how long he showers, and what he enjoys, and how much money he has in his bank account. I know his medical history and his favorite shows." The reply again, "Please, the other day I was in his house. I watched him eat his dinner. I know, I saw you. Where were you?" Yeah, as if I'm gonna say. There were dozens of threads like that, exchanges between people stalking the same person, or just posts looking for validation and comments like "congrats" and "good job." I saw pictures of people in their own homes, naked, sleeping, even selfies sometimes. Pictures that look like they'd been taken from a crawl space or a closet or through peepholes. I saw some really perverted stuff too, but I won't get into details. One post says, "I'm in love with her. I even look after her kids, watch them at school. Sometimes I talk to them and I ask a lot of questions about mommy. Do you know how easy it would be for me to just take one?" That person was 100% anonymous and didn't offer any identifying details about the victim either. I kept scrolling though, unable to look away. The same morbid curiosity as when you're looking at a car accident. Last night, she made the best chili, one read. Here's a picture of her underwears. Isn't that neat? Said another one. I talk to her all the time. She has no idea it's me. It just kept going. It's not like she's too clean herself. You know, it's always the ones you least expect. She's this washed out junior in college who doesn't talk to anyone, and yet she dills. It's funny to see. That one caught me off guard. I watch her from her window all the time. It's funny when she cries herself to sleep. I managed to get in once, but I had to jump out the window because she came home. A reply came. Wait, are you talking about blank? That was my full government name. Yeah, why? I'm in her house right now. I can't begin to describe how I felt in that moment, and I pray you never get to experience this. For a full minute, I didn't think at all. I just stared at the message until I brought myself to read the date. It was dated 3 days ago. Where had I been? I'd been home. Maybe they left. No one can stay in a crawl space for 3 days. I didn't even know I had a crawl space. I shot up from my desk and started pacing around the house, pulling furniture out and checking everything frantically. I finally took a good look inside my fridge and thought it might have been paranoia, but I swear it looked like someone had quietly lifted the lids off of my stuff and taken an almost unnoticeable amount out. I couldn't find a crawl space, and I went back to reading. How'd you get in? The response says, I'm not telling you that. Maybe in time you'll become a professional like me. I go out all the time and stare at her when she's sleeping. The response said, I don't believe you. I was skimming through the messages while dialing my mom. She picked up pretty quickly. Are you okay, sweetie? I told her, Mom, I think someone is stalking me. I came across a website and there's some stalkers talking about me. There was a pause and she said, What? I see on the screen, I'm so good at doing what I'm doing, I hacked her phone and laptop and I can see her screens. Get in line. I froze, phone in hand. I swore I heard a faint scratch coming from the living room. Slow and careful, like nails testing wood. I thought, get out, talk later. As I was putting on my jacket, I glanced at the monitor one last time. My mom was panicking on the other end, asking me all kinds of questions I didn't know the answer to. And one last message caught my attention. I don't care. You're just an observer, a watcher. I'm a player. I actually came in contact with her. I've been talking to her on the phone for months, and she thinks it's her mother.